Hello and welcome to the second video of English for Presentations. In this video, we're going to study parts of presentations. But before that, we are going to look at do and don'ts in terms of timings and voice. So when you are giving a presentation, make sure that you start on time and don't wait for latecomer. For example, if you are scheduled to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, start at 9 o'clock. Even if there are only 2 or 3 people listening to you, it doesn't matter. It will look bad if you run into other people's time. Next, plan how long you're going to spend on each point and keep to this timing. When you are giving a presentation, you will be given about 30 minutes. So with this 30 minutes, 20 minutes will be your content and 10 minutes will be answers and question time. So within your 20 minutes, make sure that you plan your part and then keep to these timings. Next, don't label a particular point or spend too long on something. For example, you have 3 parts that you would like to cover, A, B, C. Don't spend too much time on A, because if you spend too much time on A, you won't be able to finish B or C, okay? Next, don't digress. As you can see from the picture, a car is, going along the road and suddenly it's go out of its way. So don't digress or talk about things that have nothing to do with the subject unless you have a particular point in your mind. Next, which is really important, finish on time. Don't run over. It will look bad if you cannot finish your own presentation, and it will be very rude if you run over into other people's time. So that do and don't for timings. Now we're going to look at do and don't for voice. Okay. In terms of voice, you should know how loud your voice is, okay? So you should project your voice to the back of the room. So if you are a person who have a soft voice, you might need a microphone. But if you have a loud voice, you have to project your voice properly, but don't shout. You cannot shout for 30 minutes. And if you're going to use a microphone, make sure that you don't hold the microphone like this next to your mouth, because microphone can pick up anything. So the audience might be able to hear your breath, and it might sound a little bit annoying or irritating. Whether you use a microphone or not, make sure that you speak in a natural tone of voice. Speak clearly. Do not speak too fast or too slow. Okay, this is do and don't in terms of timing and voice. Now, we're going to look at parts of presentation. Okay. There are 3 parts of presentations. The first part is introductions, and then main part and conclusion. The introduction part, this is the part when you tell the audience what you are going to say, how you're going to say it, and how long are you going to say it. Next is the main part. The main part is the most important part of your presentation. It's the content, it's the body, and it's the longest one. And the last part of the presentation is the conclusion. This is the part where you tell the audience, where you summarize what you have said. You will give some suggestions or recommendations if you have any. Then you will signal the end of your presentation and invite question or discussion from the audience. So we will start at the introduction part first. Okay, in the introduction part, there are 7 parts. First, welcoming the audience. Next, introducing yourself, followed by giving your position, function, department, company. Then you introducing your topic, followed by stating the purpose and structure your presentations. And the last one is timing, handouts or questions. So I'm going to go into detail for each part, and then I'm going to give you some examples, some common expressions, some useful phrases that you can use for each part. Let's start with welcoming the audience. Okay. Welcoming the audience, it was like the opening of your presentation. This is where the audience will have the first impression of you. So it is quite important. So depending on who you are talking to, you can use formal or less formal welcome speech. So here's some useful phrases that you can use. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the name of your company, allow me to extend a warm welcome to you. This is quite formal. Or you can use something less formal like these sentences. Hello everyone, welcome to, and then followed by the name of your company. Or you can say, hi everyone, I am delighted to be here. These sentences, I am delighted to be here. I'm glad to see you all here. It is good to see you all here. And let me thank you all for coming here today. These sentences can use to show appreciation that the audience come and listen to you. Next, we're going to look at introducing yourself. So the level of formality when you give a welcome address can apply to when you introduce yourself. So if you start with formal note, you can follow by formal introducing yourself as well. For example, let me introduce myself. I am. So this is a bit formal. Or you can use something like my name is and then followed by your position. My name is, I am a team leader, project managers, heads of logistics. Now, imagine yourself, you are going to give a presentation at the international conference. So you have to tell your name and tell the audience where you're from. So this can be example that you can use when you're giving a presentation at the international conference. So you can say something like, I am a master degree student in business management from Lampang Rajabhat University, Thailand. So if you're giving a presentation at the international conference in Thailand, you don't have to put the name of the country in. But if you're giving a presentation at the international conference abroad, it might be nice to put the name of the country in, okay? Next part is saying what your topic is. This is the most important part because then you will tell the audience what you are going to talk about. So here are some useful phrases that you can use. Today I'm going to talk about, followed by your topic, or today I would like to tell you about, a little bit formal. Or you can say something like, the subject of my presentation is. If you think the presentation is a bit long, you can say something like, the topic of my talk is, so you can replace presentation with talk. Or you can say, what I would like to present to you today is, this is a bit formal, but you can use this as well. Next, explaining why your topic is relevant for your audience. It will make your audience understand the objective of your presentation. So you can say something like, my talk is relevant, or my talk is important to you because, or you can say the topic today is very important for you because, so that the audience will understand the purpose of your presentations. Next, okay, structure the presentation. What is it? After you say the name of your talk, what the talk is about, then you should tell the audience how you organize the talk by using words that show order. Here are some examples. So you can say something like, I have divided my presentation into 3 parts, A, B, C. Or you can say something simpler, like there are 3 parts in my talk. First, I would like to talk about. Second, I will be looking at. And finally, I will talk about. So first, second, then, next, after, this is the word that show order of your presentation. The last one is when you're giving a presentation, it's always nice to tell about the duration of your talk, whether you're going to give a handout, whether you have any visual aid or not, or when would you like the audience to ask you some questions. So in terms of timing, these are some examples that you can use. My presentation will take about 20 minutes, or it should take about 30 minutes to cover these issues. If you have handouts or visual aids or PowerPoint slide, you can say something like this. Don't worry about taking notes. I have a handout for you. Or I have put all the important statistics on a handout for you, or I'll be handing out copy of the PowerPoint slide at the end of my talk. Now, question. I have two examples of question for you. The first one is, there will be time for question after my presentation. This sentence tells the audience that the speaker would like them to ask the question after the end of the presentation. But the second sentence, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt me at any time. So this sentence suggests that if the listener have any question, feel free to ask the speaker at any time during the presentation. So here's I'm going to give you examples of how to give an introduction part of the presentation. Imagine that you are going to give a presentation on the topic of new marketing strategy, okay? And you have planned to talk about three things. First, you would like to talk about marketing and company objective. Second, you would like to talk about the market segment and competitor. And then you would like to talk about the new marketing strategy. So I will give you some examples of an introduction speech that you can use. Okay. First, imagine your topic is new marketing strategy. This is how you will begin the introduction part of your presentation. Hello, everyone. It is good to see you all here. So this is how you welcoming the audience. Then you have to introduce yourself. I am, followed by your name, the head of marketing department. So welcoming the audience, introducing yourself, next, saying what your topic is. The topic of my presentation is our new marketing strategy. Then explaining why your topic is important. The marketing strategy help the company to provide goods and services with base profit-making potentials. So you welcome the audience, introducing yourself, saying what your topic is, and explaining why your topic is important. Next, structure the presentation. As I said before, you have planned to talk about three things: the marketing and company objective, the market segment and competitors, and the new marketing strategy. So you can say something like, I have divided my presentation into three parts. First, I would like to talk about marketing and company objectives. Second, I will be looking at the market segments and competitor. Finally, I will end my presentation by talking about the new marketing strategy. Next, you can end the introduction part of your presentation by talking about the speed organization. So you can say something like, my presentation will take about 20 minutes. I will show you some slides during my talk, and I have prepared a handout for all of you, so you don't have to worry about taking notes. And if you have any questions, please wait until the end of my talk. So these are the examples of the introduction part of your presentations. And we have come to the end of the second video. Take a break, and when you're ready, you can go on to the third video. Thank you.